So, Episode 8, the second movie in the third trilogy, is finally here. And, oh boy, is it divisive online. I think at the time that I went to see it, it looked like 50% of the audience enjoyed it. And I guess I can understand, but I think they're wrong. Like, the dissenters, that is. I think this was great. And this review, by the way, is going to be completely spoiler-free. I will not be talking about the plot. I will not be talking about any specific characters that may or may not show up. I am just here to give my opinion on Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And if you can't tell by now, I really enjoyed it. And it's... The reason it is being so divisive across the internet is that it really does stray from a lot of the typical conventions that you'd expect in a Star Wars movie. Like, it does some things that in a normal Star Wars movie you think, oh, it's going to play out this way, but it plays out, you know, a slightly different than how you'd expect. And I don't understand why people are upset about that. Because this movie actually kept me guessing at times. And that was refreshing. I don't like being able to, you know, go in there and say, okay, well, this is going to happen next, this is going to happen next, this is going to happen next, this is going to happen next. Yay, next movie. I like being challenged sometimes. And I like that they are kind of doing their own thing with this universe here. If it's not really to your liking, if you don't like how they're handling that kind of stuff, that's rough. But the story has to evolve beyond where it was. I mean, every other Star Wars movie kind of played out to a formula. A lot of the biggest criticisms of Episode 7 were the fact that it basically mirrored Episode 4. And then you got these people who are like, no, this is too different. I don't like this. Like, come on. Fucking deal with it. The movie is great. It is full of great imagery. I love the practical effects. There's so many amazing, awesome scenes. Like, holy shit, great action scenes. And then there are some actually genuinely funny moments. Kind of like in Episode 7, but I think they're like better spread out here. Also, Porgs. All of the money in Porgs right now. Porgs are adorable. Put all your money in Porgs. Porgs are the greatest. Porg life. Take it from Lanipator here. It is. They are the damn cutest little otter owls you will ever see. But they aren't obnoxious. It's great. It's like they're doing a lot of things that even the original trilogy kind of struggled with. Like the Ewoks, they were great, but a lot of people kind of got annoyed by the fact that they were just everywhere, these giant teddy bear toys. I feel like Porgs might be those done a little bit better. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. I really like the Ewoks personally, but I hear like before Jar Jar Binks and the Gungans, like a lot of people complained about the Ewoks. Like that was Star Wars' step towards that kind of stuff. I don't know. I always liked them. But then again, I was a kid. I was the target demographic for enjoying Ewoks when they came out. Or when I first experienced them, I should say. I was just a wee boy. Actually, I don't even know if I was born when the original, like, Return of the Jedi came out. I can't even remember when that came out. Look at me being all professional here. But no. Star Wars Episode 8 was great. It will... I'll say that it ended in a very odd position. Like, I don't know where the third movie is going, and that's really exciting. Because if you wanted it to follow, like, you know, the traditional archetype, there would have had to have been a lot of things that went different in this one. The one thing that I'm always still, like... Excuse me. The one thing that I'm still very confused about, and this isn't a spoiler, is how exactly did the First Order get so much power? Like, I was kind of surprised that after the fall of the Emperor and, you know, the systematic pushing them out of the galaxy, that they had such a military. And, I mean, I get that the Republic got wiped out in Episode 7. Spoiler for Episode 7, by the way. But that the Resistance is literally, like, just a small rebel cell that's left. It's weird, kind of like where that picks up. And I guess I'm going to have to look a bit more into the EU on that one. Because I never quite bought that the entire Republic, well, I guess they did wipe out the Republic fleet, but it's a galaxy-wide thing. You figure that there'd be a lot more fleets out there stationed at different systems. I don't know. Like, more than just the 7 that were blown up. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did literally wipe out every single Republic vessel. I guess that's the implication. But yeah, the New Order is basically the Empire now. They are super strong, and I that's the only part that I've like just been trying to come to grips with. Is like, okay, so they're just in power now. Gotcha. They just control everything after their planet got blown up. I don't know. Yeah, it was great. The training segments between Luke and Rey, like their first interaction is hysterical. And old man Luke, I think this is the most interesting Luke has ever been as a character. Like in Star Wars, like seeing like the naive young kid who turns into the Jedi Knight. That was that was neat, but his character arc was pretty. You miss a lot of his development between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, from the character that he was at the end of Empire to the character that he is at the beginning of Jedi. Whereas, like, we've definitely missed a lot of character development here, but they kind of give it to you via flashback, and seeing how he is as an old man is amazing. Old man Luke is great. Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. She's great in this as well. I don't know. I can't think of necessarily any character or performance in this movie that really turned it off for me. It was great. I loved it. Even Adam Driver as Ben Solo / Kylo Ren. I think he was a lot better in this than he was in Episode 7. They give him a lot more, development in this too. Like there's a lot of character development that goes on in this movie, and it feels good for it. You get a lot of character moments, and there's a new character that's introduced that I think is just great, and I can't wait to see what they do with this character in the future. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm almost certain that almost all of you out there are planning to go see it anyway, regardless of what my opinion was. But Star Wars is great. I love Star Wars. This does not change it. Anybody out there who's dissenting is just a whiny little baby. I don't know. There are, I guess their critiques can be, taken. I disagree with them. It's their opinion. They're allowed to have them. I just think they're wrong. Anyway, I'm probably going to see it about 2 or 3, maybe 4 more times while it's in theaters. Check it out. May the Porgs be with you.